Hi, I'm Betsy Lynn. I was watching YouTube one day and watched one of Nicole Northgarden's video, and she put out an open challenge invite for a Get It Done challenge. And so I had just finished this trunk and I decided, well, I've never done the videos before, but I've planned on it. So that was a challenge all on its own to get this made into a video and link it to that. So anyway, I've had this trunk for a long time. I got it in the 80s. It's full of things, and I just left everything in it and painted it. So I got a flea market home and living magazine when we were going on vacation to read on the plane. I didn't read it then, but when we got back, I was looking at the cover and there was a pink Footlocker on it, and I decided I could paint my Footlocker pink. So anyway, between the first video you saw before I started and the one that it's pink, I put some paint on underneath it with the idea of distressing it back to the multiple colors that I put. I used apple barrel paint for that. And the pink paint is also apple barrel. We went grocery shopping at Walmart and I was able to pick up 2 large containers of the apple barrel paint. They were $2.50 each. So I have $5 invested in this project. And lots of pink paint left. It did take multiple coats. I didn't want it to be like half dark pink and half light pink. I wanted the colors to blend together. And my son asked if it was going to look like Barbie, and I was like, no. And he's like, boho Barbie? Yeah, it'll look like boho Barbie. I can do boho Barbie. So here I am, I'm blending the colors together, just going back and forth with it, trying to get all the areas, but not being super meticulous about it, I guess. I'm just slopping some paint on, basically. And I hit some wet black paint that I put underneath there. Oh well, I'll just cover it up with paint. I hope everybody is doing well and staying entertained during this time of staying at home. I am attempting to get projects done. I think I'll do something and it will only take me a day to do, but it ends up taking several, so I'm not accomplishing as much as I'd hoped, but that's nothing new. I've sprayed some water on there to help kind of glide the paint along and mix the colors better. I was kind of surprised at how well spraying the water on really helps the colors blend together. There's a lot of interesting things that I've realized during this process. I don't normally use apple barrel paint on things unless it's just like a small little craft, not anything like this size. But I was happy with the way it worked out. And I got the large things of paint, and I didn't use as much of as I thought I would. I did go on to do a couple more projects using that paint, and I still have some left. But it did take multiple coats to cover it. And I know it's a lot of fun watching me paint the back of something. This was one of the first nice days that we had. I was planning on just talking through on the video, but neighbors were mowing their lawns and kids were playing in the backyard and barking neighbor dogs and stuff, so that did not work out. But yeah, just putting more paint on, trying to get the colors to blend. I cut a lot out of this video. It's hard to tell. I mean, you can see where the segments are changed, but it was going to be a much longer video. Is there something you guys would like to see in a video? I was thinking about doing a video of what's in the trunk. What is the junk that is in the trunk? Let me know if that's something you'd like to see a video of. What have I been keeping since the 80s? Yeah, the paintbrush I'm using, I think it's a Worcester brand. I really like it. One of my favorite things about it is that I can put it in a sandwich size Ziploc bag because a lot of times when I'm painting stuff is, you know, multiple coats and maybe multiple days. But keeping it in the Ziploc bag keeps the brush from drying out, and I can do that, and it works really well, so that I'm not, you know, starting with a new brush that's wet. I hate, you know, when you clean a brush and go back painting something the next day, you think you've gotten all the water out of your brush, and then you kind of end up with this mess. So I just put it in a Ziploc bag, and this works really well. And you can see I still have wet black paint that's finding its way out. Trying to get all the little nooks and crannies around the opening latches. Yeah, the big latch doesn't stay closed. Oh well. I guess I could put like a little, no, I can't put a padlock on that one. Doesn't bother me. Of course, it has been sitting out in the garage for years. Still don't know where I'm going to put it. I have a stack of suitcases. I'm thinking I might take a couple out, put that in with the rest of the vintage suitcases. I have vintage curtains in my craft room that the pink would go with very well. But I also have a quilt in my bedroom that the pink would go with very well. So still don't know where it's going to go, but I'm liking it. So I'm just kind of doing kind of some of the last touches on this. So here we are the next day. I'm putting on a coat of clear. I think I just did one coat at this point. I'm using a sponge brush, and in the video making process, the batteries went dead, operator error, I don't know, but I missed part. So I was able to wet distress this paint. I was very surprised that I was able to do that, but after the paint had set overnight, I went in and I wet distressed it. And so now I'm putting on the clear to kind of seal the paint. The colors that I had put on underneath the pink paint that I had also used the apple barrel paint for, when I was wet distressing, those came off with the pink. I wasn't able to like just take it down to where that color would show. So that was kind of a waste of time, but I was able to take it down and get like some of the green that was on the metal edges around it showing, which was fine. I wanted green showing, so that was good. But yeah, being able to wet distress after it had set overnight was real surprising to me. Kind of a cool thing to know. So I'm putting the clear coat on now, and what I will do is when that dries, I will go over it with stain, and that will get into the nooks and crannies and really give it an aged, distressed look. And you can kind of see my dog in the picture. Just a little bit. We have 3 dogs. BB is the one you can sort of see right now, and she is my one-eyed pirate pug. She's about 11 years old. And then I have 2 Boston Terriers, and one of those is about 1.5 years old, and the other one I think is about 6 months old. They follow me around. You might be able to hear them snoring in the background now. Yeah, you'll have to check out the other videos that are in the playlist. And I'd really appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe. I've got some other things that I filmed, so hopefully I can get some more videos up soon, since I'm actually learning how to edit them. It's taken me a long time. I'm not really technically good with technology. Yeah, we don't get along real well, but anyway, I'm learning. Yeah, just trying to get a good coverage with the clear coat. Lots of fun watching clear coat going on, isn't it? I did edit these videos down pretty substantially. Looks like I could have edited it down even more. But yeah, I'm just putting on the clear coat. I really like this brand, and I have done many projects with it. I seem to go through 1 gallon a year. But I do get a lot of projects done with that gallon. Trying to get all the little bits and pieces covered and not have drips. once I get it all done, I'm really happy with the way it turns out. You'll just see a little clip at the end once I've got the stain on it. So once this dried, I went over it with the stain, and of course the darker color got into all the little nooks and crannies once again, and it went into some of the texture that was on the trunk. So I was really happy with the way it turned out once I got it all done. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do with it, but I do really like it. So this is what it looks like. Yeah, real happy with the way it turned out. The stain really helped kind of knock down the Barbie and make it boho Barbie. And I put several clear coats over it after I had stained it. But by putting the clear coat on before I stain, allows me to get a lot of that excess stain off and just kind of bring everything to the level I want it to be. And then I add more clear coat to protect it. So it'll be really durable. I'll probably have it in my stack of suitcases. I don't do a lot of pink, but I do really like the way this turned out. Feel free to leave a comment, and I hope everybody is doing as good as possible.